Hello and welcome. So welcome to another physical tips and tricks video by myself. Today I want to show you and introduce you to the Nunchucks, because if you're like me and a lot of people I've met, Nunchucks are super fascinating, and yeah, they're just so fun to play with as well. And I wanted to present this video to give you like a foundation of what to look for, what ones to get, and also basic foundational moves that you can practice straight away. And once you get these foundational movements, it's much easier to then do other tricks and stuff like that. Because I did a look on the internet at various things on nunchucks, and there's a lot of crazy things out there, a lot of weird stuff. So I wanted to just present a very sort of down-to-earth, simple way of approaching nunchucks. So nunchucks, weapon made famous by Bruce Lee. These are foam nunchucks, so foam handle. You can still kind of hurt yourself, right, if you went pretty hard, but most of the time it's good to practice or begin with these. I found out that the wooden ones in most countries are actually illegal. They're illegal weapons. I think in Australia, if you have a nunchuck instructor certificate and a rank or something, then you're allowed to have wooden ones. So basically, wood ones are quite illegal in most countries. Foam ones you can get on Amazon. I'll leave a link below of these ones that I got. These ones I found are quite good, and they're very affordable as well. So so you've got this chain in between. Sometimes it's string. And just generally speaking, this is quite a long chain. Generally, long chains generally mean it's a bit slower to move them. If the chain is a bit closer, like half that distance, about 4 fingers, it's probably a better one for faster movements, right? Just something to be aware of. But if you're a beginner, just start out with these, and then as you go on, you deal with that later. So the basic hand grip. So this is called the low grip or the long grip. Long grip because it's a long strike. Middle grip, self-explanatory, and upper grip or short grip, so a short strike, right? And for beginners, and generally, I recommend trying to work at the middle grip level all the time. So when you're changing over, when you're doing stuff, when you're catching, always try to get back into the middle, right? Later on, as you get really good at that, you can start moving around, but just try to get good at being in the middle. So the first trick I want to show you is called inward figure 8. So inward means coming back towards me. Inward, right? Inward. And then you just start like this, put it down like this, and I just draw it up like this. And that's it. Easy. Easy for some. So this is the other side, this is it front on, so it's coming back towards me. And when you're starting out, you might do this with your wrists. And that's okay, but over time you want to minimize the movement. Because if you're doing this, you're using a lot of energy and it's slow. So in martial arts, you don't want to be using a lot of energy, you don't want to be slow. So efficiency, just minimize the movement. So over time, the more you practice, the more fine-tuned you'll get. And of course, you need to practice both hands. Because if you're only good on one hand, you're pretty much useless. So most people's left hand is not as good, like mine. So just spend a little bit more time on the left than the right, and then eventually it'll catch up. So inward figure 8, this is it. So get this one down. Start like this, just draw it back. Okay, good. The way you come out of this is called simple up. So when I'm going around, I go up and around, I catch. So with the catch, don't go towards the shoulder, you won't be able to get it. So it's just beside the shoulder, and you catch it like that. All right. And again, middle, see middle grip? So I'm going inward, figure 8, and then up and around, catch. That's it. Then I go from here, I just swap hands, and I go back, inward, figure 8. All right. Up, catch. Inward, figure 8. Up, catch, inward figure 8. Up, catch, inward figure 8. Whoop. Up, catch, inward figure 8. Up, catch, inward figure 8. Okay? So this is the one. You need to get this one down to the point where you're not thinking about it. And it's really easy. You can even move around a little bit without hitting yourself. So that's the first one. The second one I want to show you is called outward figure 8. So this is, instead of coming back towards me like this one's going outward, right? So I'll show you. So this one's higher, so the tip of this chuck is almost sort of in line with my face. So it's more of a strike, right? So that's it, same kind of thing. So outward figure 8. Right? And again, you might roll your wrist like this. That's okay. And eventually you want to minimize the roll. So again, both hands. Make sure you practice both hands. And then I'll show you how to combine them. So we've got inward figure 8, right? Inward. And then you go up, catch. But instead of going underneath the arm, I just go over the top. Outward figure 8. And the way you come out of this one is you let it roll under and catch it under the arm. So I'll do it again. So outward figure 8, roll under, catch. Outward figure 8, roll under, catch. Then drop it and go back to inward figure 8. So I'll put it all together. So inward figure 8. And then when you're ready, up. Catch, hold, pause, and then outward figure 8. So just as many times you can stay here, and when you're ready, when it comes up towards the inside, you roll under, catch it under the arm. Then you're back where you started, or this is a stop point. Inward figure 8, up, catch, outward figure 8, under the arm, hold. Inward figure 8, up, outward figure 8, under, catch. Inward, outward, catch. That's it, right? So this is the movements to practice. So I'll start again on the other side. So inward, up, outward, catch. Inward, up, outward, catch. Inward, up, outward, catch. Okay, and so that's it. So get those down pat. Inward figure 8, outward figure 8, up. And there's another, if you go up here, you can always go across, up, underneath, up, underneath. So this is another way you can switch the hands. All right, so inward figure 8, up, inward figure 8, up, inward figure 8, up, inward figure 8, up, inward figure 8. That's it. And of course, you're going to miss it sometimes with your hands. That's okay. And it just takes practice, 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 practice.